It's a hard question, I know, but it's one worth asking, because as we get older, something shifts. We start thinking a little deeper. We value our mornings a bit more. We appreciate quiet walks, family conversations, and waking up feeling good, really good. And sometimes we wonder, how do I hold on to this feeling? How do I stay sharp, strong, and full of life as I age? Before we get started, I'd love to know where you're joining me from today. Drop a comment below and feel free to ask any questions you have. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health-boosting tip from Home Nutrit. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Here at Home Nutrit, we believe aging should be a journey of vitality, not decline. And one of the most overlooked ways we can protect our health, energy, and independence is by protecting our kidneys. Your kidneys are small, quiet organs that do some of the hardest work in your body. They filter out waste, balance minerals, control blood pressure, and help keep your bones strong. But there's a catch. By the time you notice something's wrong with your kidneys, it's often already serious. One of the first warning signs is rising creatinine levels. It's not a symptom you can feel, but it's a marker that tells your doctor your kidneys might be in trouble. Now here's the surprising part. Some foods that seem healthy, even wholesome, can actually raise creatinine and strain your kidneys without you realizing it. And over time, that hidden stress can chip away at your health. But that doesn't mean you have to live in fear of your plate. This video isn't just about what to avoid. It's about reclaiming your power, about making small, thoughtful swaps that allow you to enjoy delicious, satisfying meals, while keeping your kidneys strong, your mind clear, and your spirit energized, because you deserve to thrive. So stay with us. We're going to explore 9 surprising foods that may be harming your kidneys, and what you can enjoy instead. By the end, you'll have a clear, hopeful path forward, one you can start walking today. And if you find something helpful along the way, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone you care about. Subscribe to Home Nutrit for more insights and tell us in the comments, what's one thing you're ready to change to feel better every day? Let's dive in together. Let's start with something simple but powerful. What exactly is creatinine, and why does it matter so much, especially after 45? Creatinine is a natural waste product that your muscles produce during normal everyday activities. Just by walking, lifting groceries, or even getting out of bed, your muscles create creatinine. It's perfectly normal. In fact, your body has a built-in system to handle it: your kidneys. When your kidneys are healthy, they filter creatinine out of your blood and flush it away through your urine. But when your kidneys aren't functioning well, creatinine starts to build up, and that's a red flag. Think of it like this: your kidneys are your body's natural filtration system. If the filter clogs up, waste backs up. Over time, this can lead to fatigue, swelling in the ankles, trouble sleeping, or even more serious health problems. The challenge: these early signs are easy to ignore or confuse with aging. That's why doctors monitor creatinine levels in your blood. It's one of the earliest, clearest signals that your kidneys might need help. And here's where food comes in. What you eat plays a direct role in how hard your kidneys have to work. Some foods, especially ones high in certain proteins, minerals, or additives, make your kidneys work overtime. If they're already under pressure, this extra load can quietly wear them down even faster. But don't worry, this isn't about strict diets or feeling deprived. It's about making smart, empowered choices. When you know what to look out for and what to lean into, you're no longer reacting to health problems. You're preventing them, and that's a powerful shift. In a few seconds, we'll walk you through 9 foods that might surprise you. Some of them are even considered healthy by most standards. But if your creatinine levels are high, or if you just want to protect your kidneys for the long haul, these are foods worth rethinking. More importantly, we're not just talking about what to cut. We'll give you creative, comforting alternatives that taste good and support your body at the same time. Because knowledge is just the first step. What you do with it, that's where the change begins. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1 to let me know. If not, comment 2. Your thought mattered to me either way. Let's talk about something that's been on dinner tables across America for generations: red meat. For many of us, a juicy steak or a perfectly grilled burger isn't just food. It's tradition. It's Sunday family cookouts, backyard barbecues, or a special night out with someone you love. It tastes like comfort, celebration, and in many ways, home. But here's the truth. Many of us weren't told. Red meat, whether it's beef, lamb, or pork, is rich in protein and a compound called creatine. When we digest it, our body turns that creatine into, you guessed it, creatinine. And if your kidneys are already under strain or starting to slow down with age, this can quietly raise your creatinine levels even further. That extra load forces your kidneys to work harder than they should. Over time, the damage builds. But it doesn't stop there. Red meat is also high in saturated fat and phosphorus, two more ingredients that aren't kidney friendly. Saturated fat increases your risk of heart disease, which often goes hand in hand with kidney issues. And phosphorus, when it builds up, can weaken your bones and throw off your body's mineral balance. Now don't worry, we're not here to take away all your favorite meals. You don't have to become a vegetarian overnight. In fact, you don't have to eliminate red meat entirely. The key is understanding moderation, and more importantly, discovering satisfying alternatives. Imagine this. Instead of a heavy beef stew, you try a savory lentil soup seasoned with herbs and garlic. Or swap that burger for a grilled turkey patty layered with avocado, spinach, and a drizzle of olive oil. Craving a steak night? Make it an occasion, not a routine. Balance it out with steamed greens, a salad rich in antioxidants, and a smaller portion size. And if you love grilling, salmon, marinated tofu, or even cauliflower steaks can surprise you with flavor when done right. These aren't just healthy substitutes. They're delicious in their own right. This is about shifting the spotlight. Let the vegetables shine. Let lean proteins like chicken or beans take center stage more often. Make red meat a guest star, not the lead actor. When you approach your plate with that kind of creativity and intention, something powerful happens. You stop feeling restricted. You start feeling in control, because this isn't about saying no forever. It's about saying yes to a body that feels better, a life that lasts longer, and meals that still bring joy without bringing damage along with them. Your kidneys will thank you, and so will your future self. Do you remember being told as a child, drink your milk, it'll make your bones strong? For many of us, dairy was a staple of growing up. A glass of milk with dinner, a bowl of cereal to start the day, cheese on sandwiches, yogurt as a snack. It was part of the rhythm of life, and in many ways, it still is. But here's what we've come to understand with time. Not all dairy is as innocent as we once believed, especially when it comes to your kidneys. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are high in phosphorus and potassium, two minerals that become a concern when your kidneys aren't functioning at their best. You see, healthy kidneys keep those minerals in balance, but aging kidneys, or kidneys already under strain, can struggle to filter them out properly. The result: phosphorus builds up in your blood, weakening your bones. Potassium levels rise, putting your heart at risk. And if your creatinine is already high, that added stress can slowly chip away at your kidney health without you even realizing it. Now, don't take this as a reason to panic or to throw out every cheese slice in your fridge. This isn't about deprivation. It's about awareness. It's about asking, how do I keep enjoying the foods I love while giving my kidneys a break? The answer is smart swaps, and trust me, they can be delicious. Start with milk. Instead of cow's milk, try almond milk, rice milk, or oat milk. They're naturally lower in phosphorus and potassium, and many are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, so you're not missing out on nutrition. And they come in flavors too, from vanilla to chocolate, making them a delightful treat, not a compromise. Love cheese? You're not alone. Try exploring plant-based options made from cashews, coconut, or soy. Many mimic the flavor and texture of cheese but come without the heavy mineral load. And when it comes to yogurt, look for dairy-free varieties made from coconut, almond, or oat. Top them with blueberries or a few slices of pear, both kidney-friendly fruits, for a snack that feels indulgent and nourishing all at once. You can even make your own alternatives at home. Blending soaked cashews with lemon juice, garlic, and a pinch of salt creates a creamy, spreadable cheese that works beautifully on toast or crackers. These choices aren't about giving up tradition. They're about creating new traditions, ones that reflect where you are in life now and where you want to go next. After all, food is more than just fuel. It's a reflection of self-care, joy, and connection. So, enjoy your next breakfast smoothie. Just make it with almond milk, spinach, a handful of frozen berries, and a dash of cinnamon. You'll nourish your body, honor your kidneys, and start your day with something that feels just right. Because when it comes to dairy, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's know your body, know your options, and choose what helps you live well, longer. Let's be honest, bananas are hard not to love. They're convenient, they're sweet, they're portable, naturally wrapped, and remind many of us of childhood lunchboxes or quick breakfasts on the go. They feel like a healthy choice, and for most people, they are. But when it comes to your kidneys, and particularly your creatinine levels, bananas might not be the friendly snack you think they are. Here's the twist. Bananas are packed with potassium. Now, potassium is an essential mineral. It helps regulate heart rhythm, supports muscle function, and keeps your nerves firing just right. But, and this is important, when your kidneys aren't functioning at full strength, they can't remove excess potassium from your blood as efficiently. And when too much potassium builds up in your system, the consequences can be serious. Irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, in some cases even life-threatening complications. Just one medium banana can contain over 400 milligrams of potassium. For someone with compromised kidney function, that can be a big hit in one small package. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up fruit. You don't even have to give up sweetness. You just need to be a bit more intentional. Let's reimagine your fruit bowl. Instead of reaching for bananas, fill it with low potassium options that are just as vibrant, juicy, and satisfying. Apples, berries, grapes, peaches, pears. These are all fantastic choices that support your kidneys while still delivering that sweet touch you crave. And if you're someone who enjoys a smoothie in the morning, swap the banana for frozen blueberries, a handful of fresh spinach, and a splash of vanilla almond milk. Add a spoonful of chia seeds or a few slices of pear for extra texture and taste. It's refreshing, energizing, and much gentler on your kidneys. Craving a post-dinner treat? Try baking apple slices with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a drizzle of honey. Or toss some frozen grapes in the freezer. They make a perfect cool-down snack on a warm day. The key is this. Don't just think about what you're losing. Think about what you're gaining. When you make a mindful choice, not from fear, but from care, you begin to change your relationship with food. It becomes a way of honoring your health, your future, and the years ahead that you want to spend active, independent, and full of life. Bananas may be nature's candy, but so are strawberries. So are peaches in the summer, or a perfectly crisp apple on a fall morning. You're not giving up flavor. You're just choosing the kind of sweetness that supports your journey, not slows it down. Because every small change you make, it adds up to something beautiful. Let's take a moment to talk about something that's become a normal part of life: processed foods. We live in a fast-paced world. Between work, family, errands, and the general hustle of daily life, it's no wonder that grabbing a frozen dinner or opening a bag of chips feels like the easiest solution. They're quick, tasty, and let's face it, comforting. But here's the hard truth. Convenience often comes at a cost. And when it comes to your kidneys, that cost can be high. Processed foods are often loaded with hidden sodium, phosphorus additives, and unhealthy fats. Ingredients that put quiet but constant stress on your kidneys. You might not taste the damage. You might not feel it right away. But inside your body, those ingredients are working overtime against your health. Let's break it down. First, sodium. Too much sodium causes your body to retain fluid, which raises your blood pressure. And when blood pressure goes up, so does the strain on your kidneys. Over time, that pressure can damage the delicate vessels that keep your kidneys filtering properly. Then there's phosphorus, often added to processed foods to preserve texture, color, or shelf life. Unlike natural phosphorus found in whole foods, the kind added to processed items is absorbed much more easily by your body, leading to high blood phosphorus levels that your kidneys simply can't keep up with. And we can't forget about the fats, trans fats and saturated fats that sneak into snacks, frozen meals, and fast food. They contribute to inflammation, cardiovascular disease, and kidney decline. But here's the thing. You don't have to give up on flavor or comfort. You just have to reimagine it. Instead of store-bought microwave dinners, try batch cooking a kidney-friendly chili or vegetable stew on the weekend. Freeze portions so that during the week, all you need to do is reheat. You control the salt, the ingredients, and the love that goes into it. Craving a crunchy snack? Skip the chips. Try air-popped popcorn drizzled with a little olive oil and your favorite spices. Smoked paprika, garlic powder, or even cinnamon if you're feeling adventurous. Need something to dip into while you unwind? Make your own hummus at home with cooked chickpeas, tahini, lemon juice, and a touch of garlic. Pair it with fresh veggie sticks, cucumbers, carrots, bell peppers, for a snack that's colorful, fresh, and easy on your kidneys. And here's a secret. Once you start preparing your own food more often, something beautiful happens. You reconnect with the rhythm of real ingredients. You start to taste the natural sweetness in a roasted carrot. You find joy in creating something that feels good in your body, not just on your tongue. The truth is, processed foods are silent saboteurs, but they don't have to run your kitchen or your life. Your time is valuable, but so is your health. And when you choose to fuel your body with intention, your kidneys will respond with strength, your energy will rise, and that feeling of wellness you've been craving, it starts to return, one meal at a time. Picture this, a classic American breakfast. 2 sunny-side-up eggs, golden and warm, sitting beside a slice of toast and maybe a few strips of crispy bacon. For many of us, that's more than just a meal. It's a ritual. It reminds us of Sunday mornings, of childhood kitchens, of starting the day with something simple and satisfying. Eggs have long been seen as a health food. They're affordable, full of protein, and easy to cook in a dozen different ways. For decades, they've held a respected spot in the American fridge. But if your goal is to support your kidney health or lower your creatinine levels, it's worth taking a closer look at what's inside those eggs. Let's break it down. The egg white is a powerhouse of protein, clean, low in fat, and gentle on your kidneys. It contains all the essential amino acids your body needs to build and repair muscle. And it does so without adding phosphorus, cholesterol, or saturated fat in harmful amounts. The yolk, on the other hand, is where the complications begin. That bright yellow center carries important nutrients, like vitamin D and choline, but it also packs a significant amount of phosphorus and saturated fat. For someone with healthy kidneys, that might not be a problem. But if your kidneys are struggling, every bit of phosphorus counts. When phosphorus builds up in the blood, it can weaken your bones, damage your heart, and accelerate kidney decline. So what's the answer? Is it time to give up eggs altogether? Not at all. This is where balance comes in. Instead of 2 whole eggs every morning, try cooking with 2 or 3 egg whites and just a small portion of yolk. You'll still get that rich flavor and texture you love, but with far less strain on your kidneys. Or get creative with your plate. Mix egg whites with sautéed spinach, bell peppers, or mushrooms for a breakfast that's both colorful and nutrient-packed. Add herbs, a pinch of turmeric, or even a sprinkle of nutritional yeast to elevate the flavor without adding extra salt or fat. Want to go even further? Explore plant-based alternatives like tofu scrambles or chickpea eggs. When seasoned and cooked right, these options can deliver the same comfort and satisfaction as traditional eggs, and they're naturally low in phosphorus and cholesterol. Tofu in particular absorbs flavor beautifully. Dice it small, sauté it with olive oil, onions, and a few kidney-friendly spices, and you've got a delicious morning meal that supports your energy and your long-term health. And if you're in a rush, pre-boiled egg whites or tofu wraps with fresh vegetables are quick, clean, and easy to take on the go. The key is not to feel like you're missing out. The key is to see each meal as an opportunity to fuel your body with care, protect your kidneys with every bite, and still enjoy the foods you love in new and thoughtful ways. Because breakfast should be more than a habit. It should be a moment of nourishment, of self-respect, of intention. There's something comforting about canned foods. They feel safe, familiar. A can of soup in the pantry or beans on the shelf brings a quiet kind of security, like you're ready for whatever the day throws at you. And for many of us, they've been a go-to during busy seasons of life. They're affordable, they last forever, and they're just so easy. But inside that convenience lies a hidden cost, especially for your kidneys. Most canned foods are packed with sodium and phosphorus-based preservatives. That excess sodium leads to water retention, swelling, and elevated blood pressure, all of which put enormous stress on your kidneys. The added phosphorus, more absorbable than natural sources, throws off your body's balance and accelerates kidney damage. But there's a better way. Try frozen vegetables. They're just as convenient, often more nutritious, and contain none of the hidden additives. Better yet, make your own simple, kidney-friendly soups. Start a new tradition. Sunday soup prep. Slow down. Chop fresh ingredients. Simmer a pot of nourishing, low-sodium broth. Freeze portions for the week ahead. It's not just food. It's a ritual of self-care, a quiet rebellion against the rush, and your kidneys will feel the difference. There's something deeply satisfying about a handful of nuts. They're crunchy, flavorful, and carry a sense of wholesomeness that's hard to resist. For many people, especially those of us trying to eat healthier, nuts and seeds seem like the perfect snack. They're natural, plant-based, and packed with protein and healthy fats. But here's the truth no one really talks about. When it comes to kidney health, not all nuts and seeds are created equal. It's easy to assume that just because something comes from nature, it's always good for you. But if your creatinine levels are high, or if your kidneys are struggling, certain nutrients in nuts and seeds can become more of a burden than a benefit. The two biggest culprits, phosphorus and potassium. Most nuts and seeds are rich in these minerals, which are typically great for heart and muscle health. But when your kidneys can't filter them properly, those same minerals can build up in your blood. High phosphorus can weaken bones and damage your heart. Too much potassium can lead to dangerous heart rhythms, muscle cramps, or even sudden cardiac issues. So where does that leave you? It doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to nuts forever. It simply means you need to be intentional. Some nuts are lower in phosphorus and potassium than others. Hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, and pecans are gentler choices for your kidneys, especially when eaten in small portions. These varieties still give you that satisfying crunch without overwhelming your system. And remember, portion control is everything. Even a healthy nut can become a problem if you snack on it mindlessly, handful after handful. Here's a simple way to enjoy nuts in a safer, more nourishing form. Make your own nut butter. All you need is a food processor and a little patience. Take a cup of macadamia nuts or cashews. Blend until smooth and store in a jar. You can flavor it with cinnamon, a pinch of salt, or even a touch of honey if you like it sweet. The result: a creamy, comforting spread you can enjoy on whole grain toast or paired with slices of apple or pear. Another kidney-friendly snack idea. Mix a small spoonful of homemade nut butter with oats and chia seeds to make soft, no-bake energy bites. You can even add a few dried cranberries or a splash of vanilla for flavor. They're portable, satisfying, and supportive of your health, not harmful. Because let's face it, snacking isn't just about hunger, it's about habit. It's about pleasure. It's about those quiet, in-between moments of the day when you're not quite ready for a meal but still want something to hold you over. And those moments matter. They're not throwaways, they're opportunities. When you reach for a snack, you're doing more than feeding your body. You're making a choice about how you care for yourself. You're saying, I matter, my health matters, and I deserve to feel good, not just later, but right now. That's a powerful shift, because every time you honor your body with foods that nourish instead of stress, you're investing in your future. You're protecting your kidneys, you're supporting your heart, you're reducing inflammation, and setting yourself up for a life with more energy, more freedom, and more time doing what you love. So the next time you open the pantry looking for something crunchy, pause. Take a breath. Think about what your body truly needs, not just what your taste buds want in that moment. Choose a handful of hazelnuts. Whip up some homemade nut butter. Blend a smoothie with flax seeds and frozen berries. Snack like someone who's protecting something precious, because you are. Snack not out of routine, but out of self-respect. Your kidneys will thank you, your energy will rise, and your relationship with food will become something deeper, something more sacred. Because caring for your body, even in the smallest moments, is a beautiful act of love. If there's one food that feels like home, it's potatoes. Mashed, roasted, baked, or fried. They've earned their spot at nearly every family table in America. Maybe it was your grandmother's buttery mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving, or the crispy hash browns your spouse made on lazy Saturday mornings. Maybe it's the comfort of baked potatoes with sour cream on a cold winter night. Potatoes aren't just food. They're memory, they're tradition. They're part of the emotional fabric of how many of us grew up. But when it comes to your kidneys, they're also something to watch closely. Potatoes are high in potassium, a mineral that, while essential in the right amounts, becomes dangerous when your kidneys can't filter it properly. And when potassium builds up in the bloodstream, it can lead to irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, or even more serious complications. This doesn't mean you need to erase potatoes from your life. It just means you need to rethink how. and how often you enjoy them. Let's start with some simple adjustments. First, if you're cooking with regular white potatoes, try peeling them first. Much of the potassium is stored in the skin. Then slice and soak them in water for several hours before cooking. This process, called leaching, helps draw out some of the excess potassium, making them safer for your kidneys. Next, think about how you prepare them. Skip the deep frying and opt for boiling or baking without heavy fats and sodium. Add herbs like rosemary, garlic, or paprika to bring out flavor without stressing your kidneys. Still, moderation is key. And if you're looking for safer alternatives that deliver that same cozy, satisfying feel, you've got options. Try roasted carrots or parsnips tossed in olive oil and thyme. They caramelize beautifully and offer a naturally sweet, earthy flavor. Cauliflower mash is another fantastic swap. Steam some cauliflower florets, blend with a touch of garlic, olive oil, and a dash of black pepper, and suddenly, you've got a dish that feels indulgent, but is kidney kind. Want something heartier? Mashed pumpkin or butternut squash can mimic the creaminess of potatoes while being lower in potassium and richer in antioxidants. But here's the best part. It doesn't have to be a solo journey. Make it fun. Turn it into a tradition. Host a healthy mashed potato makeover night with your family. Invite your kids or grandkids into the kitchen. Set out bowls of different mash bases: cauliflower, sweet potato, pumpkin. Offer toppings like chopped herbs, caramelized onions, sautéed mushrooms, or even a spoonful of nutmeg for a seasonal twist. You'll be surprised how joyful it feels to explore these new flavors together. And more importantly, you're passing on something beautiful. The idea that food is about both care and creativity. Because this journey isn't about giving up the things you love, it's about honoring them in new ways. It's about protecting your health while holding on to tradition. And maybe, just maybe, creating a few new traditions along the way. So the next time you crave a side of mashed potatoes, take a moment. Ask yourself, can I recreate the feeling, the comfort, in a way that supports the life I want to keep living? The answer, more often than not, is yes. It's hard to imagine a health-focused diet today without avocados. They're everywhere, from smoothies and salads to toast and trendy cafes. Creamy, rich, and packed with heart-healthy fats, avocados have become the poster child for modern wellness. For many of us, embracing avocados felt like embracing a new, more conscious lifestyle. One that's fresh, whole, and good for the heart. But here's the part we don't hear as often. Avocados, for all their benefits, carry a hidden challenge. They're loaded with potassium. Now, potassium is a double-edged sword. It's essential for maintaining fluid balance, supporting nerve function, and keeping your heart rhythm steady. But if your kidneys aren't functioning at full capacity, especially if your creatinine levels are elevated, too much potassium can become dangerous. Just 100 grams of avocado contains nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium. That's half, or more, of the daily limit recommended for many people with kidney concerns. And it's not hard to hit that number. Half an avocado on toast, a few slices in your salad, a creamy scoop in your smoothie. Before you know it, you've gone beyond what your kidneys can comfortably handle. But here's the key. You don't have to eliminate avocados entirely. Like many things in life, it's not about all or nothing. It's about moderation, creativity, and awareness. Try embracing a new idea: avocado micro toppings. Instead of slathering half an avocado on toast, use just a small spoonful, literally a topping, rather than a main ingredient. Mash a tablespoon of avocado and spread it thin over whole grain bread. Then layer it with crisp cucumber slices, radishes, or fresh herbs to add bulk and flavor. You still get the creamy texture and satisfying richness, but without overloading your kidneys. Want to dip something at lunch? Skip the guacamole mountain and go for hummus instead. Made from chickpeas, tahini, lemon, and garlic, hummus offers protein, fiber, and flavor without the potassium overload. Add a dollop of hummus next to your veggies, or use it as a sandwich spread to give meals more substance. Another smart swap? Extra virgin olive oil. A drizzle over roasted vegetables or whole grain toast gives you those healthy fats your body craves without the mineral overload. Add a pinch of sea salt, cracked pepper, and a little lemon zest, and you've got a flavor experience that's just as luxurious as avocado. These aren't restrictions, they're refinements. You're not giving up health. You're making your definition of it even wiser, more personalized, more tuned into what your body truly needs. And that's a powerful thing, because when you start to see food not just as fuel or trend, but as a relationship, you realize that small shifts can have big impact. You become the curator of your wellness, not just a follower of fads. So keep your love for avocado. Just love it wisely. A little spoonful here, a thoughtful drizzle there. Let it enhance your meals, not dominate them. Think of it like seasoning, small in quantity, big in effect. And above all, know this: choosing to modify how you enjoy something in the name of your health is not weakness, it's strength. It means you care enough about your future to make better decisions today. Your kidneys, your heart, and your energy levels will all thank you. And when you take that small bite of creamy avocado, knowing it's just enough, not too much, you'll taste something more than flavor. You'll taste freedom, choice, the control. So let's take a moment to reflect. We've walked through 9 everyday foods that, while common and comforting, might be working quietly against your kidneys. Red meat, dairy, bananas, processed foods, eggs, canned goods, certain nuts and seeds, potatoes and avocados. But this isn't a list to fear. It's a guide, a gentle map to help you make choices that support not just your kidneys, but your energy, your heart, your future. This isn't about what you can't eat. It's about what you can build. A lifestyle rooted in care, intention, and joy. Because when you understand how food impacts your body, you reclaim your power. You shift from reacting to symptoms to preventing them, from managing illness to nurturing health. You're not just avoiding disease, you're embracing vitality. You deserve meals that keep you strong. You deserve mornings with less fatigue and more clarity. You deserve to feel in control of your health, not at its mercy. So let's keep this momentum going. Subscribe to Home Nutrit for more empowering content, simple tips, and real conversations about thriving after 45. Share this video with someone you love, a friend, a sibling, a partner, because the journey is always better when you walk it together. And in the comments below, let us know, what's one change you'll try this week to support your kidneys and your energy? We're rooting for you, always. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1 to let me know. If not, comment 2. Your thought matters to me either way.